Hi everyone, this is January 23rd weekly analysis. Let's go through all the active coins in alphabetical order, starting with Aave. We will do on 1 day's time frame today and also 1 week. If the data are good enough for any coin, we'll have a quick look at monthly as well. This is very important phase, as you know, because of Bitcoin. So it is important to know what a different time frame, all three different time frame, and how they look like in three different time frames. So let's get started with Aave. One day Aave made new lower low. So see, the trend is still down. It is now at the support at near January 22nd low, this January 22nd 24th low, this low, right? So if this is broken below, then we have S3, and then of course then it will hit this cluster, right? Two stage. This is weekly. Ugly looking candle, big one. I think there's nothing more to add. There is no sign of bounce, as you could see. This 3% is nothing, right? So at least we need above S2, right? This is not a level where we can say, okay, now this is stabilizing. Yeah, it has paused, but we cannot say. There's no sign of recovery here, not yet. Next is ADA. Now, one of the reasons why I brought ADA in 3S spectrum I was talking about before the call is this line. If you look at this yellow line I added, this is like key support. It's a zone. Look at this line. This particular level has supported multiple times in past, right? Major support for this particular structure, and then rise, and when it came down, it touched and then reacted. And of course it was trying hard, two major attempts on a weekly level to break above the S1, but failed, right? And so basically it's going down week over week, and especially this particular week was the worst week for ADA, the biggest, and also volatile, very much volatile. But now if this is like getting more energized, like, but not in a good way. This was like first three drops, then consolidation, but like melting, and then a major drop, again consolidation, and now this is another. So now it has reached to this level, which is the most critical level in my opinion, because this it's a zone. I think I should not draw a line, but it's a band, so to speak, because there are spikes like this. We need to cover this one. So it's a spike, but it already touched the lower end, right? So basically this is the most critical one. After, if this is broken, then you see there is no support after this band. From this is the only cluster where you can say it could go down. This is like approximate method, but you see this one, you can draw a line, right? You see, so this is the ultimate support. So it could go down and retest this level easily. Why not? It could. And then so I'm looking for this drop, 65% drop. When I said I'm looking for, means if this is taken down, because this whole entire structure is a consolidation, and if this collapses, it could really go down deeper. That's why. And of course I'll try to provide interim resistance like this. But here I think it's not about bottom fishing, in my opinion. This is different game now. I'll tell you why you are not seeing many updates in Discovery. Those who have access to Discovery, there is a reason. Here it is going down. Okay, so opportunities are on the downside. That's number one thing. Second reason is, whenever it hits the support, the upside move is very short term. Even if I highlight, it is not going to last long. So I feel that there is more harm than help if I highlight something. So that's why you see the change. Where you are in uptrend, it's a different story, because in uptrend asset corrects also, right? But when it corrects and then starts bouncing, then it's an opportunity, because then expectation is to resume that flow. So that's where there is value to bottom fishing. Here there is no bottom fishing. It is looking for new bottom every other week. Correct? So these are the two reasons why you don't see much on Discovery, right? These are the reasons, and these are valid reasons. So point is, interim support for any alt has no meaning for the same reason, because if I give you this, what are you going to do? Like, are you I mean, I can give you, but the point is, you have to time it, and it is not going to last long. So I would rather wait for a good bounce and then look for opportunity on the upside. So in short, not for ADA, for any coin, bottom fishing has more risk than reward. Okay, unless you are very seasoned trader, and you have plenty of time to look at the chart, look at each and every, for example, last night I said BTC could dip. Okay, just an example. But you cannot time it, and few minutes ago it dipped, but when I updated it was few hours ago. So point is, you cannot time it, and nobody can time it. It's not you, nobody can time it. You would know that these are dead cat bounces, so it could dip. Similarly, if it hits the support, you know that it would bounce, but not long. So you cannot really time it. So I think the focus has to be trend in this current environment. Unless you see a reasonable bounce, I don't think one has to expect too much from that bounce, because that's not opportunity. To me, that could be an opportunity probably to reduce position. I'm not kidding. If you are reduced, so probably you can say, oh, let's I'm not an advice. This is being recorded, so no way I'm advising. But in case, let's say FTM went up by 12%, 20%, 21%. To me, I would, as a trader, if I had not reduced, probably it gave me opportunity to reduce. This is my personal opinion. So we are in such an environment where such bounce is an opportunity to reduce, if we kind of forgot to reduce. So, and as I said, if you are a day trader kind of then it's a different story. But I'm sure 99% of the users, or 90%, who knows, are not day traders. That's why to waste energy. Anyway, so ADA, this is the critical structure, as you could see. So here actually this is the perfect level from where one can start swing trading on the short side, downside, because this could be the first one, and then second one, it could go all the way to this level, 0.15. It could. If it bounces, then we'll highlight every week we are meeting, right? So what I'm going to do, you see the required level. if the asset goes down, the required level is going to go down as well. Okay, so what you are going to track, in my suggestion, this is my suggestion, that you track the required level, not the support. Okay, for those who are looking for longer term opportunity, because that's where you don't want to do in and out, and you don't want to take unnecessary risk, assuming. For those who believe in that approach, would track required level. So I'm focusing more on the required level. So as per asset or coin goes down in price, I'm going to lower the required level, right? So and if it breaks above, then of course then there is a longer term opportunity, probability wise. I think that's the right approach. So if it goes, let's say, to S3, the required level would come down to, let's say, S1, for example. If it comes down to this one, the required level could be like somewhere here, or maybe here, right? Somewhere here, yeah. So assume that it goes all the way here, and then you get required level here, and then you ride. Still, then it will give you ride for, let's say, in this case of ADA. So I'm explaining on ADA, but this is applicable to all the coins. Then you get this ride of 200% in this case, with higher probability compared to any bottom fishing, which could be small and risky. So that's my preference, right? So that's why supports are okay to know, but I think required levels are more important. Next is algo. So the algo on weekly broke the S2. So I could provide S3, but as I said, there are 40-50 coins. I would focus on required level. So what I'll do is I'll calculate the required level once I see bounce. So another thing is, I don't want to calculate the required level if it is too far. You know what I'm saying? Because if it continue going down, I'll have to calculate that many times for so many coins. So I don't want to do rework again and again on calculating required level. When I see a good bounce, then I'll calculate for all the active coins and share with you. I'll make a video for you, so it will be very handy, and post all the coins with the required level updated. So I don't want to calculate required level now, even if it is. So when it was here, the required level was this. Now it is here, the required level, let's say, is the orange level. Okay, so it is, the required level is coming down, but I'm not changing it for now, because this downside move is not over. So if it comes down again the required level would come down, and I'll have to recalculate again, and I would like to avoid that effort. So I hope you get it. Yeah. So you don't have to worry. I'm going to provide you required level when the time comes. You are not going to miss out anything, I promise you. Okay, so don't FOMO that any coin bounce and you're going to miss out. You're not going to miss out any rally, that's for sure. Okay, so some of the coins you see bounces a lot because that's their nature, and if they go down, you will see they'll go down equally fast. So trust me on this, everything is going down at this moment. Algo. So algo, but I'll highlight the support verbally on this call. So if you want to go back, you can refer this video. So algo, you will expect this level to support. Okay, and if this is broken, then 0.5 could be the next support, and then if it is also broken, then of course this low 0.25. I'll look into daily, probably on need basis only. I think weekly will stick to weekly. So this Alice has broken this structure, so we can remove this support line, red line. This is a bad. So here it has lost the balance. Still, it's in the game. Why? Because you can still draw a trend line, but I don't want to give hope when I say in the game means the structure is not broken yet. If you look at this, is still nice triangle, so this is not, structure is not disturbed. Yeah, if this continue going down, and then it's bad, because then it is really not a symmetrical triangle, correct? And of course it would lose the balance. So, and it looks like it is likely to go down. So Alice is looking bad. It is losing the balance, in short. If not today, in coming days it's likely to. Atom went up by 10%. Remember, there are a few coins that are going to go up rapidly as soon as BTC stops falling. It's the nature, and this is very important. If these coins, so if they would follow Bitcoin, but what happens the moment BTC stops, they recover quickly. This is the behavior I observed, and that's why you see Atom there is net gain. So if you look at mid December, so the way you can so what you could do is, what from, let's say, mid December, like approximately in last 8 weeks or 9 weeks, what is the net gain? There is net gain. Why? Because when Atom went up when the BTC was consolidating, and right now you see it is up by 10%. But if you look at daily, it was probably higher level. I haven't seen in the morning, but you see it was higher level. Now it lost this value. Why? Because BTC went down. So if BTC continues to go down, Atom is likely to go down as well, okay, or at least there will be impact. But the moment BTC stops, it's going to resume and recover so quickly that the net effect or the net loss would be covered, and that's what it was doing for last many weeks. So that's why what you see is it's not decoupled, but it has that ability to recover when the BTC stops falling. So the net, that's why there is net gain. So if you look at this mid December level, you cannot say the same for many coins. There are very few coins where you can say from mid December, if you measure right now, it is still up by 55%. And you will see how many coins actually with the gain since mid December until now. Very few coins. So I would say you can keep those coins in mind. So we have 40 plus coins, I know, but I'm going to highlight those coins, and you will be able to figure out as well, because now once I highlight, it's easy, and you must be noticing as well. So Atom is one of the coins. So the incoming days, what you could do, you can have those coins in your list. The moment BTC stops falling, look at those coins, because I may not be online, right? In that case, you look for that coin, and if they start moving, that they will provide opportunity, right? Because they are wild coin, like they go up quickly. And this is not forever, by the way. Atom is not a coin. Let me tell you this also. Atom is not a coin, not a star coin. If you look at, I'll tell you why. If you look at its percentage gain, since last year, there are many coins which did much better than this. If you look at this, everything went up like from this level. This is not a great trend. If you look at it, this is like ugly consolidation, and then a drop, everybody drop, and of course it made new high. But this is not something amazing. It's okay. Like if you look at other coins like Solana, FTM, Luna, or some other coins, this phase is not so impressive. What it is doing recent times, especially from December, is impressive. So we have to see, and now it is possible that Solana was, let's say, doing well, but Solana is not doing well in this phase. So you have to exclude that. So whatever I'm saying is a time, it's contextual. It is not forever, right? But it is not on daily basis. It's for few weeks of data. It based on few weeks of data, right? So Atom is something. Atom is one of the coins which is actually which could do well as soon as BTC stops falling. AVAX is going down. Let's look at weekly. It has hit S3. Look at that. Okay, it has hit S3 and bounced. Yeah, so I think similar to ADA, you see the structure here. After this, then yeah, this was the point of bounce. So you can say this could be S4 32, right? So which is like 50% drop from here, right? If S3 is broken below, required level is this, right? So it's, and yeah, after this there's nothing. This is the only last support. I mean, there could be in between here and there, but it doesn't make any sense, right? So the opportunities are on the downside. As I said, you use this support as an opportunity on the downside. I posted few updates on Discovery few days ago, just as a sample. And as I mentioned in my, like, few minutes ago, why there are not many on Discovery. I mean, that's just to prove a point that there are more downside opportunities. So if everything is available on the for the downside, there's no need to pick up any coin and say, oh yeah, this is opportunity. It doesn't make sense. So um, at this moment, each bounce is a dead cat bounce. Assume it's just temporary bounce. And if I see substantial bounce, I'm going to highlight it, right? As and when it happens. So it's like, unless and until I mention explicitly for any coin that it is doing something different and achieved certain height where we can say it is decoupled from BTC and could make new high or going for the previous high and so on, assume everything is going down. This was discussed, right? And this was the destiny. If you refer my previous weekly call, we were so this was highlighted and it has reached this level. So first it was this level and the consolidation, and I said there is no support but this one, and it has touched this. And now I'll say only, so it after this is very weak at this moment, and the next one could be 38, and there's nothing actually. There's free fall. It could free fall here. There's nothing much after 30s, so it could really go down 10, 11. It could go ugly. It could reset whole entire thing. This pattern is very common. I'm not trying to scare you, but for awareness, this kind of a thing is common. You will observe. You will see. All these coins could create a mirror image. Mirror image in a sense. If I draw a vertical line, what you see on the left side, you could see on the right side. This is called mirror image, right? And you may relate that with a huge head and shoulder. Why not? You could do that. And then on the right hand side, yes, this is left shoulder, this is head, and then there could be a right shoulder. So this could go down all the way up to $2. Not kidding. That's what I'm saying, that it's trending down. Sooner we reset our mind, just in case if you have if you are still in the bull mindset, It's time to be neutral. If not, I'm not asking you to become bear or something if you don't want to, but I would at least request that you become neutral. Don't try to be bull. Okay, try to be neutral and see things what is really happening here. Okay, it's your choice. Ultimately you will see the future. It is happening as per the projection, it's happening, but you will see even further if you're still bull. So it's your choice how long you want to be bull. And our bull and bear is not permanent. It is level driven. The moment it hits certain level, we are going to change. So it is not forever. Like, some people are like, I'm always the bull, I'm always the bear. We are not like that. We want to be relevant, we want to be profitable. Okay, so this is so what I drawn here. You would see this structure. That's your homework if you're interested. In many places you would find that there is a double top kind of a scenario, a crown kind of a setup, and then you draw a vertical line just for visualization purpose. And then you will see that what you see on the left side, it could make the same thing on the right hand side. You will see on Solana, you will see on tons of coins. Free fall, what to say? Nothing. There's no support. It's a new coin, right? So it's in a price discovery or support discovery, sort of. So there is no need to calculate anything. What to calculate, right? We'll calculate, we'll highlight when it starts reversing. I mean, right now there's nothing. So BNB this week is not good. It was holding up pretty well, but if you look, if you look at this, it's on edge. So this whole entire structure is at angle, and it is at a key level, right? Um, what we saw on ADA is more horizontal. This is at angle. That's the difference. So in short, this is on edge. When it goes down, it has to go through all the supports, and ultimately you don't want BNB to break below this. So I would not draw, but keep this line like this. So this is the ultimate one, because this is you can change the angle. Like for example, this is also a valid line. This is also a valid line, but this it is broken. This is also a valid line where it is. This is also a valid line, and this is also a valid line. The point is, the trend line is something which gives you idea what is happening, right? Trend line is not your protector or defender. Remember, trend line is your indicator that to understand how the trend is shifting. So this is another thing. Breaking trend line doesn't mean a breaking trend. Seems counterintuitive, but let me explain you why. Because there is no one trend line. The angle of the wave changes, and that's why the angle of the trend changes. Trend line changes. If there was only single trend line, then you could say yes. If the line is broken, the trend is broken. So because there could be multiple trend lines, we cannot say if the line is broken, the trend is broken. Okay, so that's the reason, technical reason. Anyway, so point is, this horizontal line makes sense, but so if BTC continue going down, you will see it hitting it, and if this is broken, then again then a big thing. So then this is like a double top. Then this is very simple. If this line is broken, not now, but if this line is broken, there's nothing but $42. It cannot stop. I mean, there's nothing in between to stop, right? So this is a serious matter. I'm not trying to scare, I'm giving you technical explanation. I'm not just shooting in dark. right? You are seeing, actually, I'm talking, I mean highlighting since November, so you have seen it. So I'm sure, just in case somebody is still biased and clinging towards long, I think I'm just giving my last shot. I'm not going to say this next week onwards. This is my last shot, because then it's like a like a broken record. I don't want to be a broken record who would, you know, repeating the same thing every week. Then it's your, and ultimately user's choice, right? We cannot do anything about it. So this is the last time I'm highlighting that required level is the ultimate level, which I'll provide you later, updated one. And unless that is met, assume it's going down. Let's look at BTC now. So BTC hit, I mean, there were multiple supports. It kept breaking different supports. This is our weekly, or we should open our Bitstamp chart on weekly. So this is here. This white line is a trend line. It's here. We had a red dot here earlier when I posted. Nevertheless, so this is a very critical level. This is one more level. I mean, after this, there's very less probability for this structure to actually survive. Very less probability. But still, technically, this is my last red dotted line. Is my last 30960 is my last hope, so to speak. When I say hope, means not emotional level, but technical level. That this is the last technical level, I should say. From where it could bounce. But I'm not trying to offer any hope here. It's a technical level, last one. But probability of going down is going up, right? Simply, I'm not going to say anything different this time. It is going down, and as I said, this is so tricky because of this particular move. It was very difficult for many people to accept the fact what is really happening. When I said here there is a potential downside, people, I can understand why it is not so much of a concern, simply because if they had seen 29k, why anyone would worry at 58k? Totally. So that's, I'm with them totally. No way anyone should be worried, but should be cautious at this moment, because something is, but here they need to be on high alert. And this is like serious matter. This stage is serious matter. So this actually, people got fooled, or people were confused, simply because it had seen, they had seen 29k, and this much of retracement, for them it's not deep enough for them to realize that there could be such a downside move from Bitcoin. So it was too late for them to realize. I think this particular BTC movement would not have hurt so many, in my opinion, if this kind of correction would have happened from this stage, or even from this stage. So when it went up, gone, then a corrected. This is swing low, this is swing high, and then this is like a bounce, usual bounce. And then if it would have come down, people would be more prepared, because in this phase people would be skeptical, because after seeing this drop and a boring consolidation, nobody would trust this bounce unless they see further. But when they saw this, they think, oh, they were going for 100k, why not? Agree. But the point, that's why it took longer time for people to accept the fact that this could happen as well. So I'm totally with them, why they would think, anyone who would think it makes sense, right? So unfortunately that happened. And probably so many people, I personally know so many people bought here, and they are now holding it. I should not, I mean, I cannot name, but the point is, I feel so sorry. I meet one of my friends who say, I'm holding it, just scared. he and and I when there is matter of money, I don't go too much unless I'm asked, because money can spoil the relationship. So they know that I am TA, but they're saying I'm holding it. I said fine, but I'll say that it's going down, but I would not say what you should do, because you know that people, if it bounces, and even if I say it's going to bounce and he doesn't buy, then he say you told me to sell and now it has gone up and all. That's, I don't get into that. So it's friends and family, few people I told long back that it's going down and be careful, but they're still holding. So this is very interesting. What I observe, this is very funny thing, that I'm not saying I have big, I mean, people should trust me, but it looks like people who do not know me personally trust more than people who are actually know me for long. This is real reality. So those who are my close friends, let's say in personal life or family members, they trust lesser than you guys, who are like because I don't know the reason, but that's the fact. They take me lightly. So I said fine, okay, what can I do? So it's so funny. Okay, I said I'm giving you free people pay me for my input, and I'm giving you free stuff. And sometime I say this, no, I know, but this is like I'm holding it. I said fine. So this is funny. Anyways, so that's why I cannot do, I mean, cannot go personal sometimes, and it's dangerous when there is money involved. Anyway, so come back to this one. So looks weak, right? I mean, it's just we have to see how it develops. Only thing is, it takes 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, or 5 day. I think it's just that thing. It's like we don't know how many days it will take for it to come down to this level. It is possible next week, if the stock market goes up, then it could revive from here. So I'm not ruling out that possibility, right? So we will be alert, right? So we are not totally biased. We will change our stand if we see significant bounce. So today is Sunday. Who knows? Tomorrow, if the market opens, stock market opens, and we might see a nice bounce. So in that case, that will be good news, right? But seeing is believing. Tomorrow is tomorrow, not today. We cannot take decisions or plan based on tomorrow. It has to be based on present and the past data. Right. So in the worst case scenario, this is also like a double top. You can see. So I could say each, this is support, then this is a support, and this is a major support, right? This is a major support, but if taken down, it could continue going down. And I don't believe in deep levels. I even whether it's a higher side or lower side, I don't believe in it. But 20k 21k is a high probable level if this level is broken below. So still there is chance, and we'll be observing closely. But yeah, if this is broken below this structure, then I don't think there's anything between. Then 20k range is the next range, and in that case, alts could go down badly, right? So when it if it happens, we'll see how deep it will go. I have levels, but I don't want to give. It's not required. But yeah, probably it could reset, like similarly, like if you draw a vertical line, then it could, there's left hand side and this could be right hand side. So this is weekly. Let's look at monthly, because this is Bitcoin. We should look at different time frames. From a big picture point of view, this top is 19k 20k level, right? So that's the retest of the previous all-time high, previous bull and previous bull runs all-time high. So that could be the destiny if this is broken, because there's nothing in between. After that, from a candle point of view, there are different ways to find out. From a candle point of view, on a monthly scale, there's 13k 14k level. We'll see. But yeah, so trend line, you could draw a trend line from even very um, lower level like this, but right now you don't need to do. You can draw like this. You see, you if you connect this, then you get this. If you connect this, it depends on when it lands. If it lands in, then it gives you 14k 15k, which is this high. So if I, so you see what I did, right? So I could draw two trend line, one from here or another from here. There's no one trend line, remember, as I said. So this gives you one destination, and then this gives you one destination. There are different ways you can calculate, and this is one of the ways. Anyways, so that's monthly. Monthly is not looking good. Look at that. It's big one. You really tomorrow. I think tomorrow is. I think next week. I believe very important, not just for Bitcoin, also for stock market. I believe it's a very critical time, because stock market, you know that it's going down. So and interestingly, on Friday they hit the support. S&P and Nasdaq and all, they hit the support. I'm interested to see if it bounces from the support or not. We'll come to know in few hours. Nasdaq will start early. If it starts with red, then it's a red flag. But if it starts bouncing, then we are not talking this 1820k level. It could change everything. So I think let's see. I'll take your question, and I'll take your and I mean I'll answer your question after this recording is complete. So be on the call. There are some questions on the chat, so I'll take it later. Right now I'll finish it off. Let's continue with this regular analysis. Anyway, so CELR. Let's go back to weekly. It's going down, right? uh, what to say. Right now there's no bounce. S3, then grow is approaching S2. Doge is on a critical level. This is a band very similar to ADA, but different structure, of course, not the same, very different. This is very critical. This is like this is a ascending triangle, huge one. It's scary. So it's not broken yet, but it is filled. Actually, it's filled. When it was here, it wasn't filled, because the another thing is it has to be 80% filled. Right now it's 80% filled, so that's why it's dangerous. Yeah. Whew. Yeah. DOT. DOT. You can draw a simple trend line in DOT to understand probably. So it broke this level on this one. Yeah, it broke this simple trend line and it hits this. So this is also critical. After that, I mean, this low will be the support, right? As far as support is concerned. And after that, deeper one, this one, 7.3. So the question was, let me answer that question. The question was what could be the best coin for shorting? You're missing the point here. It's not about a coin, it's about the setup. I think I explained this long time ago. I analyze chart, not coin. So, and the status of the chart changes. Okay. The weakness and strength is, you have to look at the chart level, not a coin level. And of course, you can use spectrum, and spectrum will, we are going to have second session spectrum and I'll highlight it. But if you are not, or not, if you don't want to use spectrum and not, but the thing is, the weakest coin is always the good coin for shorting, not an advice. But weakest coin is always good coin, because then let's look at the Filecoin. It's going down, right? There's no sign of you, but if you short, for example, Luna or FTM compared to, then it's dangerous. Why? Because they shoot up like anything when the Bitcoin stops falling. So it's extremely dangerous to short those kind of coins. So again, it's not, it's like a, it's not a financial advice. I have to be careful, but I cannot advise and single out any coin, but I can give examples and general practice that weakest coins are the best choices and slowest coins are the best choices. So strong, which has like the coin which bounces very quickly, and coins which are volatile are not good choices. You know what is the best coin to short? Bitcoin, because it's slow and right now weak. Another is LTC compared to. These are the examples, and that's why I have LTC3S in Spectrum, ADA in Spectrum. There is a reason, and you don't need so many, because to me, I don't know whether you can handle it or not. It's when you short, it's about hedging. Remember, short is not, it's not like a bag where you have 5-10 coins for shorting. It doesn't make sense. Couple of coins are more than enough. That's why I added only 2 coins. So you got the answer, I believe. Okay, so Ethereum on a weekly has hit S2, broke this trend line, right? This particular week is the weakest week. So look at that, it's going. Now next is this. So 1700, 1800 is the next one. If it fails to hold this level, there's nothing in between for Ethereum. And then there are in between supports like 1200. I think this is the ultimate one. 700, 800. This is the ultimate one. Filecoin is in a bear trend. Like, why? Because see, the thing is, some coins made new all-time high, right? But this coin is hasn't made new all-time high since March. If you look at Atom, if you look at One, if you look at Luna, so many other coins, they made new all-time high. So some coins are actually making new low, lower high, lower low since early last year. So almost for last 11 months. To me, this is bear market. for this coin. So this is very interesting thing I mentioned earlier, that the bear market is not started for Bitcoin, but some for some coin bear market already began. So the Filecoin, this is in bear market. So the bear trend, not market. Sorry, my bad. This is in bear trend already. If a coin is making new low for last 11 months, it's bad trend, nothing else. So it's not going to be universal phase where, so this is different times. Everything, I think yeah, everybody has to be relevant on changing with changing world. So some of the coins like this is already in bear trend. Some of the coins made new high. So you see diversification there, decoupling there. So we got to be very smart in picking coins, and call like this, you're getting that information. So this is one of the weakest one. Right? I'm not removing at this moment because everything is going down. Why to remove? So that's why I'm keeping it. So I'm keeping it not because there is opportunity, but then if I had to remove, then everything should be removed from that definition, because there's nothing except 3 4 coins which are strong. So that's why I'm not removing either, because the fundamentally this is a good coin. This is a use case is solid. Use case is actually in use. I mean, the project platform is actually in use. Many coins are like just a fake coins. They are not even used or just supported by some community. This is being used, but I think this is a Litecoin category where there is good fundamental, good, but beaten up badly. I mean, the market is funny. In my opinion, Filecoin should not have beaten up this. This is too bad. Injustice to Filecoin. I'm not biased, of course, not biased, but I think this is too much in my opinion. Comparatively speaking, there's no apps. I cannot say 20 is the right value or wrong value. What I'm saying is some of the coins which are which are still high in value, or at all near all-time high, where this is like going down for 11 months, it doesn't make any sense. So that's the only thing. It's relative comparison. Everything is speculated in this, so we cannot say this is the right value, but everybody would come up with a different value. What is right value? Because there's no intrinsic value here. It's speculative in nature. You cannot quantify, unlike stocks, because stocks are based on the earnings and revenues and other data points, cash flow. Here there's nothing, so there is no way to say this is the right value. It's everything is speculative, and that's why it's risky. It's not risky because they are still being developed. I think the risky in terms of valuation. Many projects are working hard. Many projects are working hard. Some people say these are shit coins and all that. I don't believe in that. There are many projects working really hard for many years, but some maximalists believe because they have their agenda. But the point is, there are many coins which are like just fooling people, copy paste code. So yeah, there's a mix of everything. Flux, look at this one. So this is a head kind of thing. So this is a neckline, so to speak. So very like this is the ultimate level, because after this one you can say this low is important, but there's not enough support. So it could, if it breaks this support, then probably this low could help, right? And if this low is broken, then, but so far, yeah, this is the thing. You can draw a line like this, and so for now temporary, if this is your support line for now, and then you can draw a horizontal line which is actually in line with this line. After this there's nothing. Oh yeah, maybe I'll keep it. Oops. Yeah, it already touched this line. If it comes down, then the probability of breaking below is higher. BTC is bouncing a little, huh? Very good. Interesting. FTM is one of the strongest coins, as we know. It is still near all-time high. Not many coins can say that. This week was not a good week, of course. We had this case like here also, but then you see how quickly it recovered and made new all-time high. So this is a huge consolidation. So what you could do is, if this is confusing, so put a box, right? This is my technique, very simple technique. Put a box. It gives you the boundary, correct? Because this is already a near required level, and it has already hit R7. So right now the whole entire thing is a big consolidation, right? Huge consolidation. So in short, if it doesn't break this level, then from here onwards it could make a new leg on the upside and provide opportunity, correct? So the the best level is above R7. Even if it breaks above R6, that's a good sign. So we have two levels, you can see, yeah, 2.9 and 3.42. So these are two levels. I would say this bounce has to break above R6. Then we could expect it to make a new high, right? We may not have to wait for R7. R6 is good enough in my opinion in this case. So this is one of the strongest point. Look at that, my goodness. But at the same time, on the downside, if it breaks this level and comes to this area, remember, like Bitcoin is somewhere here, for example, right? This is also double top for now, right? If you look at it. So if it continues going down and comes, then the downside pressure will go up, and then it will be bad for FTM, because then there is nothing much after S2. Yeah, so then this box could go, can be extended up to this, but I cannot do more. In that case, then it will go for the lower level, much lower level. So in short, this is the first defense, this is second defense, this is third defense, and this ultimately this lower level. So I would keep it here. This is our optimum critical level because this is a swing low. Make sense? GRT is going down, nothing more to add. It broke this low, which is not good. Now this is the only thing, right? So I'm not going to provide S3 verbally. I'm just going to say this is S3 around whatever 228 something. Yeah, so we have to wait for this to bounce. Right now there's nothing. HNT was similar like FTM structure. This was not high, but very similar. And I would say the same for this. S2 is important. After S2, it will look for 9 point something. Okay, so this is the first line of defense, second line of defense, and then this is the third. But this is one of the strongest coin. It made new all-time high. So how you will filter different coins? There are many ways. One is which coin made new all-time high. Okay, the in November, December, after mid-year, last mid-year, right? Because this is each and every coin corrected here in Q2 last year, quarter two. But after that, what all coins, like which all coins made new all-time high? So you filter by that, and then second filtration could be what all coins are near all-time high. You can have another filter. So these are, you may do that. So you will have narrow list. So ICP is like ICP is going down, has hit this support. So I mean it it did its job by hitting R1 when it took off from here, but now everything is reset and made new low, not looking good, very weak, right? So now nothing to say because there's nothing on the downside, right? I don't want to bother. I mean, I don't want to spend time because there's nothing. It will look for downside. I mean, we will see, right? I don't want to project any support here. So we'll come back to ICP when there's significant bounce, like when I did here. See, when if you're an opportunity, we picked up this low and we picked up this low as well, and it gave us nice ride, but then it couldn't recover from this. I mean, it could not go break above. It couldn't break above. So point is, let's say whenever it settles down, whenever, we'll again highlight. So until then, goodbye. KCS similar to BNB, I would say, very similar. If you may draw the line, very similar, actually. Yeah, it is on edge. You can say S2, and then same thing. The whole entire wave. You would see then there are multiple levels, and ultimately you will have to draw horizontal line, right? And they say this is the most critical line that it must support, otherwise. But yeah, I mean, there are so many levels in between. Right now, if you connect this, then you get this. The trend lines are funny. You connect this, you get this. Then you connect this, you get this. So trend line, in other words, are unreliable. But so it's not for trading or opportunities. Trend lines is to give you some idea what is really happening. Changing trend. So it's for the change. I think that's the right way to put it. It's not really for trading, because there can be so many trend line I can draw at different angles. For an example, I can draw a trend line from here to here and say trend is broken. Yeah, why not? So there, at least you can draw 5-6 trend lines. So which one you will believe in? That's why it's unreliable. However, the purpose is totally different. Purpose is to understand the changing trend. KDA is weak. Look at that. It's going down rapidly. New low hit this level blue. I mean, it's looking for new low level every other day. 9%, I don't care. 9%, it doesn't matter. It is nothing in a bigger scheme. It has to cover a lot of ground here before we can say KDA is good. It's looking for price discovery on the downside. Right, so the next lower level is around 2.54 if this is taken down. And yeah, nothing much. KSM is at a critical level. S2 is a critical level, as you could see. This is similar to, I think KSM is similar to Bitcoin. This is like Bitcoin's 29K double top kind of a scenario, and this is very much identical to BTC, where it is here. When BTC very similar, you could see this. If you, only difference is this is little higher than, but that's not a big difference. You see, so when you look at this chart, if you don't look at the price, it's very even hard to figure out this is Bitcoin or KSM. Like very hard. I mean, of course you can figure out, but the point is, it's similar, very similar. Like, so this is your ultimate level for, and after that there's nothing. It could go deeper up to this. Link, wow. So Link broke the yellow line. It survived the yellow line over here few weeks ago, November, and after that it was very came close but did not break. If you look at the this is the yellow line, began from like 2019, supported, and then supported, now it broke. So this is a serious matter because the ascending channel is broken. To me, there's a whole entire wave is correcting. So whatever wave, so it's little different from Link. The life cycle of Link is very different than other coins. Link went up when other coins were correcting. So in 2019, Link was the star. Like right now, FTM Luna is the star. SOL was star few weeks ago. Link was a star. Literally, there was no other coin which was like moving up like Link, and everybody was Link fan ultimately. So point is, and the hero is no longer a hero in present time, and for last 1 year or more even. If you look at the price, for last 1 year, it's flat. There's nothing. In fact, if in not just one, but you can say close to 2 years. This is where you in August 2020. So 1.5 years, or roughly 1.5 years, the price is the same. We are back to August 20 level, year 2020. So and there was definitely this high, but not for long. So if you look at, there's nothing much for hodlers, Chainlink hodlers. There's nothing. So that's remember I used to say that you need to know when to switch, and it's not that you're not in loss by hodling Link, but this was a star. But if you know TA, if you are with this kind of platform, you know that it has no that firepower, which so you could switch to something which has a firepower. And it is not about 1 day 2 day move, we're talking about multiple days, multiple weeks of move. So I don't believe in hodling. I gave many examples. This is another example, because I look for growth, and there is no growth in Chainlink. Those are hodling, they're not losing. If you look at, they are more or less the same after 1.5. So the point is, how much you gain in 1.5 years net gain. So you can say nothing if you bought here. Yeah, of course you bought here, then you're still in profit. You're in profit if you're a long-term hodler. So if you're hodling for 1 year, 1.5 year, you have nothing. Right? So it depends when you entered. Definitely, some people argued that I already booked my profit and got my expense out. So that's a valid argument. So somebody invested $1,000, went up, let's say $10,000. They sold 1,000. They got the principal amount back. So whatever money is there, even if they lose at all, they don't lose. But they don't understand that it's not about losing all, or it is about growing. It is not about, so my perspective is little different. So that person's argument was valid argument, that I put $1,000, coin went up, and I sold my I got back my $1,000. So even if it crashes, I'm not in loss. Totally valid argument. But point is, why would you wait for that to happen? So only that is possible if you don't know what is happening. To me, if it is happening over weeks and weeks, I would definitely gracefully switch to something and make use of my money. If you look at all the businessmen, they have shares. They have to answer to shareholders. The stock going up because they are under pressure. Because if they don't do earning, the share would go down, and the valuation will go down of that company. That the company CEO will work hard every quarter, every year, to make progress, to generate more and more revenue. Why? Because there is a pressure from shareholder. If the company doesn't grow, the share would go down, and then the valuation goes down, and so on. So they are answerable. So they are under constant pressure. That's why they always look for growth. So to me, if you're hodling something, you are an investor. You also could look from a growth point of view, not like a passive hodler. Of course, this is an option, but the only reason I would say, if somebody doesn't understand the wave structure, probably would do that. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. If I say this is flat, there's not growth in terms of longer term. I doubt anyone would just keep it. Anyways, so there are arguments, and there's no right answer. Point is, it's a perspective, and I respect perspectives. I'm sharing my perspective. So Chainlink was a star, but it's not a star. So you can spend, but you cannot compare with FTM Luna. After 6 months, there may be another star. Luna may not be the same. FTM may not be the same. We'll look for another. So point is, as time changes, we have to be changing. For example, LTC really did well in last bull run. Let me tell you, in terms of percentage gain and all, it did really well. This particular bull run, it did nothing. So XRP, it did nothing. It couldn't even reach to all-time high. EOS couldn't reach to all-time high. So the point is, those who are hodling, they are not even gaining. Some are not. So you're then not in loss. But that's, to me, it's a valid argument. But there's no growth, and my focus is growth. So that's where I differ with that kind of mentality, that I'm not in loss, so I'm fine. And I say, okay, but this is about growing. Okay, anyways, coming back to Link. So Link has broken the ascending channel, which is not good. And look at this structure. So if this is broken, it lands on S2. If S2 is broken, then it's not good, then it's N. And if I hide all the drawing, what you see is a rounding. Actually, this whole entire wave is collapsing. It hasn't collapsed, but if this is taken down, especially this July low is taken down, then it's a reversal in a big way. Let me compress this. You will see when I compress it, you'll find very interesting. You compress it, you'll see what is happening. It's a mind-boggling change when you compress it. Give me some tip, okay? Because this is a technique. When you look at this, you're not going to see this. This is my discovery. I'm not saying my only discovery. People would have this technique. But you compress the wave like this. If you like it, send me tip. Just kidding. Oh, I shared one of my secrets, by the way, by mistake.
It's too late.
I know.
On record.
On record. Very bad. But you see the difference. How the whole perspective changes. Anyways. Those who are watching weekly got this special thing. Many people are not watching. I see the view count on YouTube. I spend a lot of time, and when I see very less count, I say, I'm putting so much effort in weekly call and people are not even watching it. Anyways, it's my business, so I have to do what I'm supposed to. Right, so Link is, look at that, Link is looking bad, right? I mean, what to say, on monthly? Yeah, huge consolidation, but I mean, this is the ultimate level. S2 is the ultimate level. After this is nothing. There's nothing. This is gone. So here it can really go up, but I don't want to give any hope here. It failed from here, so next is this level. I had this level, I removed the line which was going down. Clear up all this. Anyway, so look at this. After this, what to say? I mean, there's nothing for this. There's no support, but like in 30s, 40s kind of a thing. Yeah, that is like in between 60. But it's meaningless. So this is a good chance for it to recover. Look at this bull run. This is what I was talking about, LTC. After that, there's nothing. Those who are hodling LTC, just imagine, there's no growth. So this is very important. Luna is a star, but remember, the star may not remain the star forever. Okay, it's very few coins like Ethereum or Bitcoin which are like remain on top 5. So another way to look at it, how many coins are able to remain in on top 5 over years? Answer is only Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's a fact. Other are seasonal. Star for a one bull cycle. The real star is Bitcoin and Ethereum. There are only two real stars. Real in a sense, consistency matters, right? They are top two, top two, top two, ultimately. So it's very important. So if you're hodling BTC or hodling Ethereum, then it makes sense because they are on top two for, and they're growing each bull cycle. They're making new, but you cannot say the Luna. Let's say this is a bear market. Let's say you cannot assume that Luna will again do the same thing. You cannot assume because you have seen so many coins were failed to, like they were star, but they have failed to make new all-time high or significant gain in this bull run. That's the fact. So anything that any coin has done well, let's not assume it will be like this in future. If they do well and good, but we cannot assume. So hodling blindly doesn't make sense. That's my message. So look at this one. This is not looking good. This is double. This is also like a double top scenario on monthly. This is weekly, right? So let's look at the weekly. This is monthly, not double top, so to speak. But I forgot the candle. I forgot the pattern names. You can find out easily on a monthly. Anyway, so this is if this goes down, this goes down deep. Like what you see here, this was ugly correction. I'm not saying it repeats, but it hasn't. This Luna hasn't corrected. So when it will correct, the probability of correction, I mean, the severity of the correction will be very high. Severity. Okay. So this is more vulnerable coin at this stage than some of the coins which are beaten up badly so far. So and so you now one might think that there is opportunity for shorting. Answer is yes, but not for leverage, because this moves a lot, like if 15% here and there, 20% here and there. So it's extremely difficult, extremely difficult. However, the good approach is to incremental approach, like approach A but on a reverse direction. So you invert the chart, invert the scale, and then you track it. Say this is my level, this is my level, this is my level, and then incrementally approach. If you're going to, if anyone is going to put 100% here, thinking that so it could collapse, crash like this, and then I think it's a mistake. To me, there is opportunity on the downside, huge opportunity, I would say, huge opportunity on the downside, but let's not assume because this coin is very strong coin and you are like fighting with it's like fighting with the strongest enemy. So you have to be tactical in your approach. So you can defeat the strongest enemy by weakening slowly, incrementally. You can not by brute force. It's dangerous. Head-on collision is dangerous. You have to be tactical. Kill it slowly. That is incremental. Mana is also, look at that. So who knows? I mean, there could be a red candle like this red. Yeah, it happened here. See the green candle and then a red. So if this is a green candle, it is possible. So right, because there's no support after this. After this, the next support is this. Yeah, the next support is the this our previous resistance. So this is R7. So 6, 5, 4. So this is R3. So R it hit the R4. Now next is R3. This is similar to BNB. It has hit this level, right? We were expecting this to happen. In a sense, this was the boundary. Last time we had this red line, and this is the line I said, this is the important line. If this breaks, then that's not good. This is a rising wedge broken. Now it's on correction. So the whole entire wave could vanish with this correction. So ultimately this will be your so this is broken. So now this is your ultimate level. Correct? So this is broken. But these are strong coins. Matic is strong coin. One is a strong coin. Aluna is strong coin. FTM is strong coin. Atom is strong coin in present time. Yeah, so it has hit S1 and bounce. After that, this level. After that, S2. Opal, nothing to say. It tried to break above S2, failed. New low. RNDR is in a it went up significant, like 700%, 800% when we called out first time. But now resetting all the gains. Look at that. So it has rested, got a support from this high. So the next lower level is 1.6. I'm not. So it's going down. Next is 1.6. So there's no sign of bounce, unfortunately. Sand has hit S2. So all the previous resistance can be treated as support. So this is S7, R7. So R6, R5, R4. Next is R4, R3. These are the supports. SKL, mid new low. So this is the another low. It's in free fall, like F Filecoin. SOL broke this structure. Remember, we added this structure. So you see what is happening here. When it broke, it got that energy here, and that, of course, for the downside move. So that's not good, because this whole consolidation is used to go down. Actually, the consolidation is energy gathering phase, and if it breaks down on the downside, the same energy is used to for the downside move. I mean, this could really go down 50s level. Very bad looking. Uni broke this, hit S3. Perfect landing. Perfect landing. What next? I mean, S4, I'm not giving approximately, I'm giving this level because, as I said, If this structure is broken, it doesn't make sense to give any level. We'll see when it bounces. Let it settle wherever it wants to settle. Nothing to bother, like in terms of calculating support. It's a waste of time. Hit S2. After this, it is nothing major but 0.02. VRA broke this one. So after this, only next one is 0.0094. 0.009 kind of level. That's it. So this completes the analysis for everything. I think we have gone through everything in detail, so you get an idea, right? In summary, next week is very important, and the stock market will open. Stock market has hit resistance. In few hours, Nasdaq will open, so it will give us a clue. Bitcoin, we saw Bitcoin is on edge, right? So if Bitcoin could recover from this level, then there is still a chance. But if it continue going down towards 29k, then the downside breakout is very high probable, and that will be bad, because you can imagine the whole entire consolidation. This energy will be utilized to push the price on the downside, so that's not good. This energy was supposed to be used for 100k plus, but now the same energy could be used to push the price down at a lower level. So that's why it's important. So come next week, starting in few hours, we'll start getting more clues. I'll be updating you as usual, right? So another point is, if you have a very strong bull mindset, it's your personal choice, but my only suggestion is to you look back and see what is happening. Okay, and I don't want you to think about extreme levels, but at least try to see the present. And that's my only suggestion, because what can I say more than that? It's always a personal choice, right? And you don't have to think about doomsday either, right? Let's think in incremental way. If it breaks below this, then it'll land here, then there'll be a new level. And keep track. I'll be updating on BTC daily, right? No need to get panicked, no need to think about extreme case that this is done and all, right? The things change, and there can be a quick bounce, there can be a reversal, and I'll be spotting, so you don't have to worry. And about the alts, as I said, focus on the required level, don't focus on support, right? So there is no buying up or long opportunity here. Okay, this is clear. There could be, let's say, starting tomorrow, but as and when it happens, I'll highlight it. Not today. So as and when it happens, I'm going to update it. If it is for whole entire market, I'll update that way. But if it is for individual coin, I'll highlight that, and so on. But you don't FOMO. First of all, if it bounces 10%, 15%, don't FOMO. That's another message, because these look at the big picture here. One day that kind of move is not going to make any difference. FTM is up by 12%, not a big deal. 20%, not a big deal, I'm telling you. Because if it has to recover from here and go up, we are talking about multiple levels on the higher side. So you don't bother about this. Okay, we have to get out of this mindset about daily tracking, and especially in this phase, because I'll tell you why. Because it will hurt you emotionally. These are like very noise, and this is noise. So it will disturb. Today it pump, tomorrow it will dump, day after tomorrow something. It will play with your emotions. So I'm worried about that. That's why I'm saying, don't let it play with your emotions. Okay, just sit back, we'll wait for the opportunity. We don't have to do anything crazy. There's opportunity on the downside, but remember, incremental approach. Weaker coin is better choice, slower coin is a better choice. Okay, and it's not that you have to take opportunity on the downside. If you're not comfortable, then you may sit tight and look for the opportunity. It's also a good choice, right? um, you don't have to trade on both the sides if you are not comfortable. But if you say, let me spend my 10% for the downside, nothing wrong in it, right? So depends on your strategy, depends on your plan. I'm here, you can ask me, I'll try my best to help you out in many in planning as well. But I've been saying for many days, so you know my stand and different best practices. But again, um, I'm here to help in best possible ways. Now I'll end this session and we'll have a quick look at the spectrum. Don't go away. We have only 12 participants at this moment. We should look at the spectrum. In my point of view, I think we should. So that's it. Thank you everyone for this session.